Okay, hello, this is Man with the Plan. I am in the process, I'm going to harvest some vegetables. We're going to do some lettuce, some radishes, and some herbs, and we'll see what else we got going on in the garden. Now, today is May 31st, so we're going to call this the last of May harvest. This will be my first harvest on the lettuce, but my second harvest on radishes. We're also going to be looking at some asparagus and things of that nature. So come on, let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and start with some lettuce. You see it's looking good, really good. Actually, it should have been harvested probably a little bit earlier. A little bit of dirt on it. I'm going to cut some of the biggest stuff out, which is right here in the middle, right here I think. And normally what I do is I just cut it down low and let it grow back. I use a nice sharp knife, cut it off. And I'm not gonna take a whole lot, just enough for a couple days of lettuce, for salads and some sandwiches and stuff, and that should do it for today for what we need. Now this will grow back and I'll harvest again off that same cut, but I only harvest it 2 or 3 times and then it doesn't taste that great. Now over here you see the kale. Some people like to put it in salad. It is good in salads. We don't really use it in salads. We use it for mostly our bunnies. But the radishes are also done. This is a second harvest of radishes, and I'm gonna look at them. And they're pretty much all ready. I'm gonna have to harvest the whole line because they're getting big. And if I don't harvest them, they'll go bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and harvest them all. And like I said, this is my second round. Now you see some of the radishes are splitting out on me. So I have let it go on a little bit further than what I should have. I'm gonna harvest them all. And like I said, this is the second harvest of radishes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and probably plant lettuce here and get some more lettuce growing so we have lettuce throughout the season. And we're gonna get a lot more, and these are really big. I don't think I want them any bigger than this. They look pretty good size. As you see my hand compared to these are big radishes. We'll see how they taste. Sometimes they get a little big. They don't taste quite as good. But I am gonna get a bunch of these. We'll cut this off. We'll give some to the bunny. We'll give some of the greens also to the chickens. They seem to really like them. And I don't have to worry about thinning them out because I'm gonna get rid of them. Like I said, there's enough of them. Big and small ones, even the small ones are good eating size. The other radishes, it took me about a week to eat them all. I kind of forgot they were there, so I didn't eat them as quick as I normally do. But these ones, we might try to cook some of them. Some people make them like a potato or something like that. We might try some of that this year just to see how it comes out and see how many we want to grow next year. Now, if you compare this to the first harvest and the second harvest, you can see that there's quite a bit of radishes. Now this is one package of radishes. So if you like radishes, they are easy to grow and quick. And then you can use a garden for something else. I'm gonna quickly cut these and put them in with the lettuce here. Or maybe I won't. They get pretty dirty, so radishes are a little bit dirtier than a lot of other things. But there's no sense in me taking all the greens in the house and doing it. I'll just cut them here. And that way I'll give some to the chickens and everything else. And I'll bet you I'm gonna have a pile of radishes here. And all these radishes, I only see 2 that got a little bit too big and split out on me. This one here is a little bit different color, more purple than the red one. I don't know whether you can see it there or not, but notice the color. This is the only color change I noticed on these. I'll have to try to figure out what caused that. I'll have to remember to taste that one separate to see if it tastes different. Now, whatever we don't feed to the bunnies or the rabbits, or the bunny and the chickens, I'll put in the compost bin. I do have a compost bin. You see it right there. It's not very big, but it does its job. And like I was said in the earlier video, the first one of the radish harvest, that this one's kind of purple too, so that's another one. That this is a nice early crop. They're done quick. And I could plant some more, but we probably won't. We'll just go to more of a lettuce, because this little bit of lettuce will keep us going here. But I like to try to grow some more. And as you see, there's a couple radishes like this one right here that never grew. I don't know whether it was not thinned out right or whether it just didn't grow. So you do have a few there that possibly I didn't get it quite thinned out enough. And that happens. But we will have some fresh salads tomorrow with some fresh greens and some fresh radishes in it. You see, I'm gonna have a bowl full. Now these are root vegetables. They were pretty dirty when you pull them out of the ground. That's why I didn't put them with the lettuce, because I just have to clean the lettuce. We always clean them, and then we do spin dry them. Works out good for us. And then we spin dry enough for a couple days, and then we leave it in the fridge. We don't want to leave lettuce in the refrigerator too long, especially this leaf lettuce. It is healthier for you than what you're going to buy in the store. Now, I'm going to take some of this and give it to some of the animals here. They don't get my lettuce, but they get these. All right, here's our chickens. They look like they're waiting for something here. The last time they liked them. I don't know whether they like the bugs in them or what they like, but they do like them. And I'll save a few for the bunny. Okay, we got some happy chickens. Here's our big bunny, Delilah. She doesn't know me as well as my wife. My wife's the one that feeds her. But she likes greens. Looks like she likes the radish too. Oh yeah, she's eating it up pretty good. Something different. We'll give her a couple more before I put the rest in the compost bin. Okay. Yeah, they like fresh vegetables too. Okay, now as you see, the kale's growing good here. My wife has been clipping this for the bunny, and as you see, it's already growing back. This will grow back a couple times too, and then we'll keep on using it till it starts getting old. Okay, now here's some asparagus we're gonna harvest. I don't think we showed you. This one is a decent size. This one is edible here. Now we've been harvesting asparagus for a little bit over a month now. As you see, this is an asparagus. They're starting to go bad. I'm gonna have to let them grow out. When they get real thin like this, we don't get much of a harvest anymore. We can eat some of them, but as they get thinner, they're not quite as good. And they are starting here to get thin. So after about a month, we're about done with this harvesting. This one here, as you see, it's a little bit longer. If you look at me, this is great to eat raw. I eat these raw all the time. They're delicious. This one here, we can probably eat. One grown on the other side of the fence, I'm gonna have to get. But the asparagus is just about done. You can tell by how thin they're getting, and they're starting to come up leaves. I need to have them grow, and they'll replenish their energy because they're in the root, and they grow back every year. This one here we can probably eat too. But like I said, I have one more on the other side. We'll get that. These ones here I'm gonna cut down, but they're not gonna be edible. And here, I think we're gonna have to let the asparagus just start growing, and it will overcome this area. They'll get big and they'll get seeds and stuff, but you gotta let the energy go back down to the roots so you get more asparagus. They'll continue to spread out. This started out with just one plant. It's slow growing, but you see now the harvest is in this entire area here, and it will harvest every year. Okay. We're gonna do the parsley first. Here's the parsley. I'm gonna cut it down. As you see, it grew pretty nice. I'm gonna cut it, put it in here. My wife will dry it out, or she'll use it like it is. Not really sure. But I'm not gonna take it all. I'm just gonna cut some of it and allow some to green. And what we do is, so we don't get anything confused, we're gonna put the parsley in, and I'm gonna put something on top of it. Then I'm gonna go to the cilantro next. Now this is the cilantro. You see it's pretty high. I'm just gonna take a big hunk of it here, like that. We're gonna put it on top of the parsley. Okay, here's our harvest for today. You see we have some asparagus, some lettuce, lots of radishes. We've got some spices from the new area that we planted. Well, that ends today's harvest. And remember, it's only May 31st. So up here in Western Pennsylvania, I'm doing pretty good on harvest time. A lot of people have planted. Not a lot have been harvesting, but we're getting some vegetables already, which is fantastic. A lot of the other stuff, the beets and everything, they're going to take a while. They don't grow fast, but we will get them eventually. So once again, it's been a pleasure. And if you can, like the video, and if you think it's good enough to share it, and you can also subscribe. See you later.